All right, let's dive in. We're going to unpack a really core idea for any coder out there, and it comes straight from one of the all-time great books on software development. We're cracking open Chapter 3 of the Pragmatic Programmer, and this chapter has a really cool take. It says programming isn't just, a technical process. It's a craft. Think of it more like being a woodworker or a sculptor.
So think about that for a second. What does any artisan, any real craftsperson absolutely need before they can even start their work, before they even touch their raw materials?
Yep, you got it. The right tools. And not just any tools. They've got to be sharp and ready to go. I mean, without them, even the best craftsman in the world is pretty much helpless, right? Okay, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and open up the Pragmatic Programmer's toolbox. We're going to see what's inside. What are those absolutely essential, foundational tools that every single developer needs to master if they really want to be great at their craft?
And this quote right here, it completely reframes how we should think about our job. The book makes this killer point. Our real raw material isn't the code, it's the information. The requirements, the designs, the test cases, all the documentation. That's the stuff we're actually shaping.
So if our raw material is information, that brings us to the number one most important tool for working with it, plain text. Yeah, I know, it sounds almost too simple, right? But believe me, its power is just huge. I mean, think about it. Plain text is like the ultimate durable hardwood. It's not like those proprietary binary formats that lock you into one specific program and then, poof, they're obsolete in a few years. Plain text is totally future-proof. You can test it easily, you can mess with it using pretty much any tool in your workshop. It guarantees that the work you do today will still be usable years and years from now. All right, so we've got our raw material sorted, plain text. Now let's talk about the place where all the magic happens, our digital workbench. So your command line shell? That's your workbench. It's where you can grab a bunch of small, super sharp tools and combine them to get complex jobs done really, really fast. And your text editor, well, that's your master tool. You're going to use it more than anything else. It's like your chisel, your plane, and your saw all rolled into one.
And here's the thing. The goal isn't just to know how to use these tools. It's about getting so good that you achieve total fluency. The tool itself just disappears. It becomes a direct extension of your hands, of your brain. Your thoughts just flow onto the screen, and you can focus on the actual craft, not fiddling with the mechanics.
Okay, but no good craftsman works without a safety net, right? You've got your goggles, your gloves. Protection is just part of the job. And for us programmers, it's exactly the same.
And the first piece of safety gear is actually all in your head. It's a mindset. When a bug pops up, it honestly doesn't matter who's to blame. That's just a waste of time. A pragmatic programmer knows it's just a problem that needs a solution, so you focus on the fix, not on pointing fingers.
Then you've got your actual technical safety gear. Number one is source control. Stuff like Git. It's basically a time machine for your code, so you can always go back and undo a mistake. Total lifesaver. And then there's debugging. The key is, don't panic. Just think. Take a step back. You can even try that famous rubber duck trick. Seriously, just try explaining the problem out loud to a rubber duck on your desk. The act of saying it, of articulating your logic, is often all it takes for the solution to just click into place.
Okay, this brings us to what I think is the final stage of true mastery. This is where you level up. It's the point where you stop just using your tools and you start building tools that do the work for you.
I mean, seriously, think about it. How many times have you been stuck writing the same boilerplate code, the same setup, the same configurations, over and over and over again? It's not just boring, it's a massive source of dumb mistakes.
Well, this is exactly where code generators come in. The best way to think of them is like custom-made jigs for your workshop. Yeah, you have to spend a little time up front to build this thing, but once you have it, it automates that annoying, repetitive task forever. The payoff in speed and consistency is just incredible. It pays for itself like 10 times over.
And this tip right here perfectly sums up the whole pragmatic philosophy. It's not just about doing the work, it's about thinking about the work. Stepping back from the task at hand and asking, can I automate this? You let your code do the heavy lifting for you.
So, when you boil it all down, a master craftsperson isn't just about what they know in their head. It's about how well they've mastered their tools. They keep them sharp, they know exactly which one to grab for the job, and yeah, when the right tool doesn't exist, they build it themselves.
Look,
Every minute you spend investing in this foundational toolkit, from getting comfortable with plain text to becoming fluent in your editor, all the way up to building code generators, that's a direct investment in the quality of your work. It's an investment in yourself as a developer. So the only real question left is, what's the first tool you're going to sharpen?